Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give, and I'm here at the National Achievers Congress in Salt Lake City, Utah, and it's been an interesting morning, one where we've had a bunch of different speakers, and the last one I've just come out and just come to lunch from was one of my favorite people in the world. I was super excited to get to see him present live. I've followed his work for a couple of years now, and that is the amazing Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, and he's just, phenomenal, and that's why I'm super pumped up from just what he's just presented with us. And a couple of things stood out that I just felt called to share with you guys today, and the first thing was really the fact that what he does is he focuses on fears and excuses, and he brought up a really great point. And the thing that he brought up was the fact that if you reverse engineer your fears and excuses, any fear, any excuse that you give as to, why you're not doing what you want to do in the world, why you're not going for the big stuff and you're just playing small, you're keeping yourself limited through these fears and these excuses. If you reverse engineer any one of them, they all come back to you believing, you valuing the opinions of others and what they think about you over and above what you think about yourself. And that is what keeps you small, limited in these numerous fears and excuses, because you're overvaluing the opinions of others and what they'll think of you over and above what you think of yourself. And the second point to top off this was he brought up how there's a fine line between self-esteem and respect. And he said, I respect what others think of me, but I have higher self-esteem, so I value just a little bit more what I think and believe about myself, as opposed to what the opinions and judgments and criticisms are of those around me. And I think this is a really, really valid point for us to all think about and all get, because at the end of the day, life is not meant to be played small. Life is not meant to be played in the surface level, in mediocrity. Life is meant to be played at your highest level, and the sooner you can get out of your fears and excuses as to why you can't be living the life that you say you want to live, and if you're really honest, you dream about living, then ultimately we can bring it back down to knowing that those fears and excuses, if we reverse engineer every single one of them, they come down to what you're thinking and believing others are going to have opinions about you, what their perception of you is going to be if you go out there, if maybe you fail, if you go after your dreams and you're not successful, or if you just walk your authentic path, what your judgments are going to be from other people, and that's what's keeping you small and limited. And he set the challenge to everybody in the audience. There's 3,000 people in the audience, and he said, you know what, I challenge you to go and volunteer for one day at an old people's retirement home and talk to 8 people. And he said the number one thing that drives him, coupled with gratitude, is regret. And he said that if you go and do that, if you go and volunteer at a retirement village and you speak to 8 people, you'll start to hear all of their regrets, how they didn't do the things that they wanted to do because of the opinions of others, because of what they felt they'd be judged and criticized for. And ultimately they're at the end of their lives right now, and they've got a short period of time left, and they didn't do what they always wanted to do, and it's what they really regret. And he says, that is his biggest driver, that regret piece. He doesn't want to get to the end of his life living from that regretful place. And it's what I talk about all the time, that amazing book by Bronnie Ware, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. She was an Australian palliative care nurse who, at the end of their lives, she interviewed all of her patients, and she asked them, what's your number one regret? And she found these patterns, and the number one regret of the dying was, I wish I had have lived a life that was true to myself rather than one I felt was expected of me. And that's what Gary V was really talking into today, and it's ultimately the reason why I'm standing here doing the things that I do today, because I'm refused to live a life that's filled with regrets, and value the opinions of others and the voices of others in the external world over my own. And one other thing Gary V said that was just of so much value was ultimately that he only has one voice going on in his head. He doesn't fill up his mind with even his wife's voice, his children's voice, his business partner's voices, anybody else in the external. He lives life with just his own voice in his own head, and living from that place, he's able to live authentically, live in alignment, live his truth, and not be held back by fears and excuses, which are stemmed from, really that judgment that, we perceive those opinions in the external world, because he values his own opinion of himself just that little bit more. So I hope that today's message is as valuable to you as it's been me listening in live to the amazing Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, and he's just so authentic. I absolutely love it. And if any of you guys know who Gary V is, he's full of profanity, and I just view that as really just him being authentic and valuing himself over the opinions and judgments of others. The way that he does it is different to just using it for to shock people. But there was numerous people who got up in this event and they left the room because they didn't like the profanity and they missed the message, they missed the goal. And that's another point I'd love to bring to you guys, is to don't miss the message because you don't like the messenger or you don't like how it's being delivered. Either find a better messenger or just see through the way things are being delivered and get the gold, get the value, because he's delivering gold. Each and every piece that comes out of his mouth is just absolutely for the benefit of the audience, to add massive value, and he's not expecting anything in return. So I really hope that today's message is helping you, serving you, like I said, as much as it did me. And if you're somebody who wants to reach that next level of your limitless potential, I hope that you come and join us all over in the Limitless Potential Inner Circle Facebook community. It's all free, it's all amazing, just wanting to group like-minded people who want to get to the next level, who are looking to support, encourage and challenge each other to get there. And I love it in there. I think you guys who've been joining are absolutely extraordinary, and I'd love each and every one of you to come along and be a part of that. So I want to check in with you guys and see who's been able to join me. I've got Jeremy and Sean and Maggie and Akka and Stephen and Vanusari and Caden and Rim and Nadia, and happy Friday to you, Caden. Nadia, I'm glad you'll think I'm looking fresh because I am so tired. Again, last night I had about 3 hours sleep. I'm just getting accustomed. Got a bit of jet lag going on, but I'm getting through it. Gary V definitely woke me up, and I've got Tony Robbins that I'm just about to get into the room and get to see. And if you've ever seen Tony Robbins, you know how energetic he is. And so I'm looking forward to getting more and more energy from him. And Rian's here, and Mumwatsa, and Eric, and Fazia, and Andrew, and Thomas. What's up, my Aussie sister? Love you, girl. Awesome. You're so welcome, and sending much love to you, Thomas. And Maria, thanks for being here. And Andrew, and Nazia, and Nigel, and Michael, and Dean, and Michael. I'm glad this is resonating. And Thomas, and Marlon, thanks for being here. And Eric, yes, I love that you're loving it. And here, Fan. Love the point made about self-esteem versus respect. Sometimes we don't want to talk to others about our troubles because we're afraid of their judgment, which is the same judgments we give ourselves in our low moments. Yes. Have you ever thought about putting your talks on Spotify? I would certainly listen and follow. I haven't, Fan, but I love Spotify. I listen to it for my music. So I'd love to, maybe I should be looking into that. Thanks for the tip, Fan, and thank you so much for sharing your words of wisdom as always here. They're so appreciated. And I really gravitated to what Gary V said about, that fine line between self-esteem and respect. respecting what others' opinions are of you, but not over and above, you know, just valuing what you believe and think about yourself just that little bit more. That self-esteem, still having respect. So I love that, Van. Thank you so much for sharing. Kay, nice of you to join me, and Kelly and Yusuf and another Kelly, I love it. And Michael, the greatest thing I ever did was add you to my Facebook. Oh, you make me feel so amazing every day. Oh, Michael, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for your kind message. That's absolutely touched my heart and was so unexpected. So thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate you and having you here so much. So thanks for showing up. I love it. And Haas, thanks for being here. And Khalid and Dean, and thank you for your kind words there, Yusuf. And Kelly, thank you for yours. I'm glad you're finding these words valuable. And great to see you too, Frederick. And Kaden, so true. We have all accepted a suggested handicap at one time or another. It is each individual's responsibility to come to the full realization of our true ability as a highly privileged, free human being in this universe. Absolutely. And P.S. I love Gary V and his profanity, lol, because it's real. And you're so spot on, Kaden. And I really want to deliver a message to you guys about just how authentic, okay, I'm just going to spit it out here, because we've had a number of presenters all morning and they've all been selling their products, and I'm not going to lie, you know, I did fall asleep because, coupled with the fact that I've just, you know, had 3 hours sleep over 36 hours of traveling, and I only got about 3 hours sleep last night, so I've been pretty worn out. But they were just selling, and to me, I feel like I'm getting so attuned to people when they're really seriously authentic, and how energizing it is when you get to be in their presence versus when people are giving to get, you know. And Gary V, he's just give, and he made some really funny comments when he got up on stage about how, you know, he's like, guys, are you just going to get sold into another program, or are you just going to go out and do stuff? And he said it with a lot more profanity than I'm saying right now, but he's so authentic, he's so genuine, and he's so energetic because he's operating in his zone of genius, which I so gravitate towards, and I can see that you do as well, Kaden. I love that. And yes, Haas, definitely look into more of Gary V's work. He is absolutely phenomenal. I definitely recommend him. Definitely, just for the authenticity and the value. It's amazing. And Sultan, thank you for being here. And Tony, good to see you again as well. And I love that you're agreeing. Take what you can use from the message, no matter who. Absolutely. You know, don't miss the message because you don't like the messenger. Absolutely. And it was so funny to see just all these people get up and leave because they didn't like a few swear words. That really was a lot more real than what the other presenters had given us today. So yeah, I love that, Tony. I love that you're resonating with that. And yes, Michael, Tony Robbins absolutely is amazing. I love him too, and I can't wait to see him again. Just as I leave you guys, I'll be heading in. And Kevin, I wish I could have made that conference as well. Some fascinating minds providing great insight. I'm sure you'll walk away with an abundance of knowledge. Absolutely, I already have, and we're only halfway through the day. So thanks, Kevin. And Ray and Andrew, thanks for being here. And Maria, I'm glad you're liking the necklace. Thank you. And Andrew, I hope all your dreams come true. Wishing you the same, Andrew. Appreciate your kind words and for being here and showing up. So thanks so much. And Moises and Nato and Ismail and Kirsten's here. And Haas, it's not all weekend, it's just one day. And tomorrow, guys, I'm going to go and see Byron Katie all day. And I can't wait. I've never got to see her live before. You guys, if you've been following me, know that I interviewed her just a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, and she's just such a phenomenal woman. So I can't wait to share my learnings with you guys after that event as well. And Lucas, best regards from Poland. Love having you here. And Kaden, yes, life is not about selling. Selling is a little minute part of what life can truly mean. You've added so much value to my life and many others' lives. Thank you so much, Vanessa. You're a blessing. Kaden, you guys are touching my heart massively. And I so appreciate you, Kaden. I always appreciate how genuine you are, how authentic you are. And I've had the pleasure of getting to meet you and connect with you via one of our power sessions. So thank you so much for that pleasure, and thank you for showing up and sharing your words of wisdom. I absolutely appreciate it, and so do many others. I'm absolutely sure of that. So thanks, Caden, and Shubadan, thanks for being here. And Michael, thank you so much for your kind words. So guys, that is it from me today. I'm going to head in over to see Tony Robbins. I'm super excited. I might even just jump on a live to see, so you guys can see him enter, and I will, because it's just like a rock concert, and I will definitely be sharing with you any key insights that I know you guys will gain value from, and I can't wait to share that with you. And Nikki, thanks for joining. Hope you catch the recording, get a ton of value. I'm gonna send you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I am sending you so much love, so much appreciation for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next message that I share with you. And stay tuned, I'll get on live and share with you Tony Robbins coming into the stage, hopefully very, very shortly. So much love to you, and I will see you guys tomorrow.